start. Hello, hello. This is Budgets with Grace, where I give you a glimpse of my life through the lens of my budget. My name's Grace. Today is my weekly Budget Wednesday, and I am actually not going to be receiving income this week because I started a new job, and the way that is timing out, I am going to be just paying myself my salary from my business next week. But that means that today we get to have a end of the month wrap up, and we're going to be reviewing January and how that went. So I will flip back in the budget to January. And the first thing I want to talk about is my new strategy. I have a category here for Weekly Budget Wednesday. When I get my first paycheck from my new job, it will be the second Friday of February. So on Fridays, I will be stowing my to be budgeted in this category and then releasing it on Weekly Budget Wednesday. And I'm doing this because I just get so tempted when there's money to be budgeted, and then I do it off camera and I don't get to share with you guys. I also included my category called Found It. The money in there right now is money I got from my interest on my savings account, so it wasn't a big amount of money, so I just threw it in there. And the next and possibly most exciting one is my Windfall. I think I might have mentioned before that I thought this might not happen, but I did get a $10,000 Windfall. I think the first thing I'll do, I did get a check, but I was instructed to not deposit it for the Windfall. So I'm going to actually add a tracking account. And I'll just call it Windfall. So I'll transfer it out of this checking account and into my checking account when I'm ready to budget it. I mean, I guess that didn't exactly do what I thought it would. Honestly, I thought it would give me money to be budgeted, but I just remembered while I was doing it, that's not how it works. So, the reason I have the category Windfall is because I was directly told that this was for my education and to cover costs of my education. So I'm going to be moving my student loan category all the way up here. I mean, maybe I can change this Windfall account and just make it into like cash. I'll do it that way. Super sneaky. Oh my gosh, it's so exciting. Oh, I also need to be in February to see it. Holy moly. So now I want to separate what I need to pay back in my federal student loans. So I'm going to look at my checking accounts and add them all up. So 2516. And the rest I will put in the Windfall category. So high hopes that Congress or the administration right now will be able to resolve student loans and maybe forgive them. I really hope and believe that at least $5,000 is going to be forgiven and $10,000 is more likely. I don't know if it's going to get any higher than that. But that's just kind of my feel on it. And like I said, I have high hopes, but that's why I'm putting this money in these categories to not be touched until a decision is made. It's really hard to not just want to buy a new car, honestly. I found a Prius, 2014 Prius at a really good price. I think it's because it came in like the lightest color pink like possible. Maybe nobody wanted it for that color, but I don't know. It was a good price. So but that's not going to happen. Oh, it's also might not going to happen because I spend way more time in my house and my bathroom than I do in my car, honestly. And I kind of want to remodel the bathroom, which would also help my home equity. So there's a lot of things that I could be doing with this money, but yeah, just going to hang on tight to it for now. think I can actually, so the other thing I wanted to mention is a new connection in my Vanguard account. Sorry, what I've been trying to say is I rolled over my 401k to a traditional IRA, which I didn't even know that was a thing. Which it makes sense. Like, you don't want a company that you used to be working for to be in control of your retirement fund. I think that it was Invest with Rose who said something along the lines of it's like keeping a box of your stuff at your ex's house, and that was hilarious, and I love that. So let's see if I can do linked. Oh, I have to go through this process. I see. And this is the small money market that is now at 0. And already linked. These should both be linked. So traditional IRA. And I think the mutual fund is the one that maybe for some reason is unlinked, which happens sometimes. Cool. So I did check that the rollover confirmed today. It looks like just whatever link API, this is not updated yet, which is fine. It'll figure it out soon. I guess I could do it this way too. So take it all out of here and put it into my new traditional IRA. Rollover. So when you do a rollover, it's not like a withdrawal. It's not taxed as a withdrawal. And I'll just do the total working balance. And clear, reconcile, and I will close this one. And then when this populates or I update it, I will go ahead and reconcile it, and because it might be slightly different. I don't remember if the value that I had in my 401k in here is right. Also, all my accounts are with Vanguard, so I'm going to remove that just for my own well-being. I guess mutual fund could be called my brokerage. That's pretty much my strategy going forward. I'll be using the weekly budget Wednesday. I'll go ahead and do the Found It for January right now. So Found It is something that I came up with for Wednesdays so that I can go through my budget and find anywhere that I have leftover money. So I did pretty well in groceries this month, so I get to put all of that into Found It. Can you hear my cats running around? It's adorable. And I did super well with food this month. Like, I wasn't trying to do the 34-day reset, but kind of did in terms of just reducing. But obviously could have cut it all the way out. Maybe I kind of want to do some kind of challenge like that. I just have to get Forrest on board. Because I feel like I would just fall back on that of like, oh, Forrest isn't doing it, I'll just have him pick this one up, and that's not the point. So need to get his support. Oh, that's good. That's looking good. And I'm just not buying gas, which is lovely. Cool. I found $115. That's freaking great. So I'm going to leave that in there for now, and let's do some net worth updates and recaps, all the good stuff. First, I want to look at my income versus expenses. And one thing I want to point out is all my categories are selected. And let me double check how many I have. If I select all of them here, I have 108 categories. It's a little extra. I'm a little extra with my budget, but I love it, so I don't care. And all my categories are selected, but only a handful of them are showing. And that's because I don't spend out of most of those categories. They're what I call shell categories, and it really simplifies my reporting. So I'm just going to go through and, talk about all these. So Forrest paid me his share of our household and rent expenses. I paid myself a salary. I got a stimulus check and I got a little bit of interest. I also don't know, I had $15 extra in cash. I don't know, I wasn't perfect about recording my cash spending this month, which it's fine. It's not a big deal. Immediate obligations, nothing much changed other than this is the first month with my health insurance premium. And groceries, I think this is a little deceptive. Like, Forrest went shopping quite a bit and I just reimbursed him into his category, so it looks wonky. Goals went pretty well. I stopped contributing weekly to the mutual fund because I was kind of not getting a full month ahead like I like to be. But I did contribute the amount I wanted to my Roth. Ooh, this is a fun new category. I added brunch, which I am separating out from dates with Forrest. I believe it was She Budgets Su Dinero who recently did something along the lines of separating rideshare like Uber Eats from her dining out food, and it definitely shed some light. Also, sorry if I'm remembering that wrong. I watch so many YNAB YouTubers. Sometimes I get them mixed up. um, so just like I only bought brunch one time and it was $45 and breakfast is so cheap. So that's good to know. But also I did super well in not spending a lot going out. I cooked a lot, tried new recipes, so all that's really great. Yeah, personal spending was fine, except I don't really like this not cannabis category. I think I'm gonna delete it and recategorize it just as groceries because I'm never gonna use it again, honestly. Good, good, good. I don't remember what I bought for the cats, but maybe we can check it out in spending my category. Oops, not that one. This little itsy bitsy one. Oh, they needed a new pump for their water bowl because the other one was old and decided to stop working. Also, I didn't clean it often enough. So I like seeing this as a breakdown of what my actual spending was. Like most of my spending were just my four walls and like taking care of all my bills that come in regularly. And the next thing were my goals, which is great. But this doesn't show how much I didn't spend this month. So if I go to income breakdown, we can see that for this month, I had a net gain of about $1,100. And those are going into sinking funds, maybe an emergency fund, any goals that I have that I'm not taking out of my bank accounts. Meanwhile, the goals that are under that category group are leaving my bank account, leaving my budget. So yeah, I love looking at this chart. It's so satisfying. Cool. So now let's look at my net worth. And that's a pretty radical increase. That looks amazing. I want to look at just the last 4 months. And just that steady incline is like so great to see, especially because I felt like I was getting behind this month, which maybe I was a tiny bit. I think having that new health insurance cost It was obviously huge, but, like, I'm in a really stable place and it feels great. And now I have a stable job at freaking Amazon. So I'm going to have many a paychecks to budget with you. So I also was thinking about mentioning and showing, which I think I will. Hang on. This screen is super duper zoomed in to try to hide any information about me. But this is my Wealthfront account, and it is showing my projected net worth if I go on this savings plan, which I only said I would do $500 a month, which is the minimum I want to do into my Roth. So it shows like my current net worth is a lot higher than what it is in YNAB, and that's because this is including mainly my real estate. And I don't include that in YNAB because it's not part of my immediate strategy to pay off my mortgage. And I think it would just really distract me from my goals if I was it would just like scale everything like a lot. So that's why I decided to do it that way. And I think Wealthfront has a lot of cool features, like you can put in little goals here. So I put in that I got this windfall, and now let's see, I want to take off time to travel. So a bunch of things like that. YNAB says my net worth is $21,422. Like, awesome. All right, now let's do the found it. Let us see. I believe I have an upcoming transaction. Spent. I can see that I have an upcoming transaction with this little calendar, but it's not showing it to me. It's pretty annoying. On the 3rd, that's tomorrow. So I will put 115 into my Roth, and I need to find $10 to cover the rest of that. So I think I will go into food spending, and I'll take it out of coffee. Nice. And then maybe I'll just toss this into coffee. That's all that I have for you today. Thank you so much for watching and supporting me. It really means a lot, and I just have so much fun sharing this every week. If you want to follow along and see how much I'm getting paid from my job at Amazon as a UX designer and how I budget the money, you should definitely subscribe. And as always, like, comment, subscribe, all the things, and I'll catch you next time. Bye!